Here's a technique to help rebuild your self-esteem if it's been eroded away. What are you doing?
What? Psychology. This is how I strengthen my head.
Self-esteem is your view on who you are. If you're running around with other people's view on who you are, it's kind of like plagiarizing. You're using other people's words and opinions as your own, and that's not really self-esteem, that's esteem, how others perceive you. And why plagiarize when you can be original? We inadvertently fall into this plagiarizing from infancy when we're trying to work out who we are and what we can do. As a kid, most of your self-esteem is developed by others telling you their thoughts on who they think you are. And self-esteem is like a warehouse in your mind. You fill it up with either positive or negative words. As a child, you're dependent. You need others to survive in the world. You need them to clothe, feed, protect, and educate you. And our young brains don't really see any difference between depending on someone for a sandwich, new pair of shoes, or an opinion. If it's going, you're likely to take it. As a child, because you're dependent on so much, you end up being conditioned to depending on the world's opinion of you. But in adulthood, when you're independent, you get the full choice to decide who you are. But you may still be running the old software from childhood and it needs updating. One solution is a workout for the self-esteem.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to do. Just gotta get this thing off the... Ah, you're an idiot! You're a moron!
Now, this is not the only or best technique, but it's convenient, quick, and free. And with no bar to entry, it's a great start. If you give this exercise a go, or any variation that suits you better, it'll make a difference.
Yes, but it won't be as effective as seeking specialist help.
Maybe not, but it's better than doing nothing. And if how you think powers you like an arc reactor, remember,
it's impossible. Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps.
Yeah. But I'd trust Tony Stark over some lab coat.
If you make it a routine and do it consistently for a few weeks, I think you'll notice a difference. So set an alarm, schedule it in, and spend the time doing it. It's not comfortable. It may be quite painful. You may get upset, but I always think at least it's doing something. But if you get no reaction off it whatsoever, it's not your limiting factor. Use your energy for something else. The aim is to see the words that your brain naturally jumps to when you think about yourself. It's like taking a stock check of the warehouse. The preparation. I'm going to include 2 links below to 2 lists of words. They're just a standard list of descriptive adjectives that can be used to describe a person. They've got no special powers. Before the mind workout, you might want to print or write them out, but if that's not possible, use the highlight or bold function on screen. I'd say go old school with paper and pen because the screen is constantly oscillating and that stimulates your brain rather than relaxing it. But hey, you're an adult, do what you want. Unless you're a child, in which case, eat your greens. The self-esteem assessment. First, you do a warm-up. This gets you ready for the activity. In this case, sit or lie down in a quiet room with no distractions. Set your alarm for 5 minutes if you want, and either close your eyes or keep them open and focus on one spot. Then, just think about your breathing. If other thoughts come in, it's cool. Just accept they came in and then go back to thinking about your breathing. After 5 minutes, and once you feel calm, take the negative list and say the sentence aloud, I am, and then finish the sentence with one of the words on the page. So example, I am aggressive, I am aloof, I am arrogant, etc. Run through the negative list first, highlighting the words that resonate with you. And resonate here means you recognize them and they have an effect on you. You can think they apply to you, or others have applied them to you. Either way, you have an emotional reaction to them. Some words will have no effect, but others may explode with vivid imagery in your mind. Pictures, events, highlight any that make you pause. If you find yourself getting tired, rest. Schedule it back in for later. Once you've done the negative list, repeat again with the positive one. Same thing, highlight the ones that resonate. Now you've got 2 lists of words, positive and negative, that you've got feelings about. If you totaled each list, you'd end up with a positive to negative ratio, which you could correlate to a percentage outlook on life. What you've done is a self-esteem equivalent of working out your maximum lifts in the gym. Now, you have to hypertrophy your positive self-esteem.
I hear hypertrophy, I come a-running.
The workout. The alphabet is weights for the self-image. It's 26 reps. Run through the alphabet saying I am with each letter and then think of the word that first comes to mind. If it's negative, replace it with 2 positives that you have experienced and then move on. If it's positive, move on. Or, if you want, add another positive and feel good. This workout takes maximum 60 seconds, so run it once in the morning, once in the evening, and whenever you get frustrated for a week and see how you feel. The reason it helps is because you're giving yourself a shot at 26 positive words that you have been a few times a day. And compared to yesterday, that's a whole lot more. You need to realize those negative words are in there about you, and your brain jumps to them in a split second. So when you get the negative word, think of the opposite of that word and then add it to that letter of the alphabet. This is important though. Example, if you always say, I am anxious, then you'd think of the opposite of anxious, which would be relaxed, and then add that to the letter R. You need to comb through your memories of a time that you were relaxed. If you've never been relaxed, you need to set that as a task to be relaxed once so you have it as a memory going forward. Like any training, it's not instant, and you may be quite shocked and hurt by the words that come up about you, by you, against you. It can feel like a real betrayal, but doing it a few times a day can gradually help retrain the self-perception. I'd say give it 4 weeks to see a change, but that's doing it twice a day minimum every day for 4 weeks. What you're trying to do is break down the volume of internal chatter, both in decibels and in amount over the years. The more positive adjectives that you can readily associate with yourself, the more positive your self-perception will be. If you want to build a body, it takes time and effort. If you want to rebuild your self-esteem, it requires the same currency. I think the reason why so many people in life struggle with self-esteem issues is because the cause and effect relationship is distorted. The fact that no one can work your body out for you, you have to lift and run, means that once you start, you get a very clear cause and effect. But others can build your esteem by saying nice things, which you can then use to get self-esteem. And that's appealing. But if they build it, they can take it away. If you build it, it's yours to keep. And if others knock it down, you can rebuild it again. Tony Stark built that suit himself. You can take his suits, you can destroy his suits, but as long as he's alive, he knows how to make more suits. Oh, I get it! The film is a parable about rebuilding self-esteem. That's why at the end he says,
I am Iron Man.
you just need to go and make your suit. I hope this helps. Let me know how you go below. Hit the thumbs up, and if you like my vibe, please subscribe. Woo! Woo! I am Ant-Man. I am Batman. I am Captain America. I am Daredevil. I am superhero beginning with